My name is Andrea de la Luz Morales Arias. It is a very long name, but a special name. You may be questioning what makes my name so special. For starters, I have two first names, which is a family tradition, and I have two last names. Yes, you heard that right. I have two first names and two last names with no middle name. The Andrea de la Luz part of my name in English says Andrea of the Light, and the Luz part comes from my grandma. That alone is pretty cool and unique in my opinion. My last name is Morales Arias. Morales comes from my dad, and Arias comes from my mom. Fun fact, if you look in your palm, you would see lines created in an M. I always thought each person had their last name initial in their palm. And for the longest, that is what made me feel like my name was so powerful and that it held meaning. The journey of finding the meaning of my name truly began this past summer. I was given the greatest opportunity to meet my dad's family, and for many immigrants, visiting the place where they came from is not a reality. When my dad first asked me if I was going to go with them to Mexico for 3 weeks, I remember feeling scared. I was scared that my family wouldn't welcome me, but to my surprise, it had been the first time I felt at home. When we arrived at my dad's hometown, he was showing me around, where he went to school, where he would hang out with his friends, and where the church was at. Then finally, we made it to his godmother's house. I immediately felt my heart stop. I began to get eager to see who I was about to meet, and as soon as I stepped out of the van, I was welcomed with love and open arms. An immediate connection was created as if my heart had been here before. It was surprising that they knew so much about me, but how little I knew about them. One specific memory I remember while being in Mexico is a walk I took with Tia Carmen through her garden. I remember holding her hand, feeling loved in a way I had never felt before. Her voice was very soothing to my soul. And even though I had never met her before, I knew I was at home. A way my family builds a connection is through food. We take time to cook meals together, putting love into the food we make. And if you were to ask me, I think my mom and dad make some of the best meals I've ever had. Ever since I was a kid, I loved hearing the stories my parents would tell about their childhood and about what it was like to live in Mexico, getting to learn about who they are. But now that I was with the actual people that saw my dad growing up and was in the town where he grew up, that was where I would begin to dig deeper into the history of my family. It wasn't just the stories and pictures that led to me understanding what my family was like. It was through emotions that carried through, the actions that were made, the laughs that filled the area, and the warm hugs. Those things made me understand what it meant to be a Morales. I have never seen a family bond this way, so diverse and so unique, yet so alike. One thing that I admire the most in my family is our work ethic. They taught me at a young age that if you want something, you must work for it, and that it will not be handed to you. Having immigrant parents is something that changes the way you view life in a way you would never think of, but I wouldn't trade my family's origins for anything else. Being able to visit family I never thought I would be able to taught me a lot about what my family is like. Not only that, but it showed me the meaning and power behind holding that last name. This was just the beginning of finding out who I am, but no matter what, I will always be Andrea de la Luz Morales Arias.